Hey everybody, this is Tom. I wanted to give a quick little screen capture here of what things are like working with Adobe CC on your phone. As you can see, I've already installed the app. What I'm going to do is just kind of go through working with an existing picture that I have. So first thing I'll do is tap the app. This is the landing page. I'm going to go to all photos, and now you can see that I've got some examples of photos that are on here. I'm going to look through this. Yeah, so let's take these night photos I did here. So tap on that, and because I've decided to edit it, what I want to do first is give it 2 stars. I've gone down to rate and review. I'm going to give it 2 stars. Tap on 2. Do that. Now I'm going to go over here to info, and here's where I'm going to give it a title. So I'm actually going to call this, I'll title it what the first assignment is. If this was for a first assignment in a class you'd have with me. Okay, so I'm going to go AO1 1 let's see, underscore Leininger, make sure everything's spelled right, whoops, underscore, and I'll call this yeah, I'll call it 1. All right, click done. Caption, light comes out of a window from a neighbor's. Some I can't, like, I have to talk to myself when I write a caption. You don't have to talk to yourself if you don't need to. That's up to you. I'm kind of writing this in Associated Press style. You also don't have to do that. This is just how I write captions. Appleton, Wisconsin, recently. Okay, click done. Now down here, I've got some keywords. I'm going to add some keywords to it. Since I made this picture in Appleton, I'm going to add Appleton. I made this picture at night. I'm going to call it night. It's really a picture of light. I'm going to call it light. Could use home. I could use window. Those all relate to the picture. It's looking out a window at light in my home at night in Appleton. So those all work. And I'll click done on that. You really want to make sure that you spell those all correctly too, because a misspelled keyword can be a bit frustrating. Okay, so giving it 2 stars. Titled it, captioned it, keyworded it. Now I'm going to go edit it. So kind of as a rule of thumb for me, I find that while I don't really have a problem with color images, but something late at night like this actually kind of will work a little bit better in black and white. So I'm just going to start by converting it to black and white. So I went to the color menu and I tapped black and white. Now I'm going to go over here to the light menu, which is going to help me. I can open my exposure a little bit. I can boost my contrast if I want. I can accentuate the shadows. I can bring the highlights down a little bit. Keep it like that. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to add a little clarity. This is in the effects. You notice now all of a sudden it seems sharper, right? Clarity is really good. What it's doing, it's boosting the contrast of the area between the pixels. Go with that. Maybe add just a little dehaze, sort of like that. I mean, I like how I'm able to see the faucet there from my kitchen sink. Now, if I wanted to, the beauty of the phone is this selective edits. And I'm going to kind of just darken down this corner a little bit on the right hand side, and I'm going to do that by tapping, I'll do it with a graduated filter. And then once I tap that and I click, and I can kind of drag on the image a little bit, go to there, that red part is showing me what part is selected. So essentially what I'm doing now is I'm going to work with the light, and I'm going to come down here and I'm just kind of darken that a little bit. I could also sort of bring some highlights down, and you see how that is now kind of accentuating that window light a little bit more. I like that. That really is, when I'm done, I'm happy with it. I can do that. Now, if you notice, if I go to add another, there's a brush. I can paint a specific area. There's a radial filter where I could make like a circle if I want. I don't really want that, so I will delete it. I can brush, and then that's just sort of like me painting. I don't really like that, so I find that for this situation, the graduated filter works best. Click the plus mark, check mark, then I'm all good. Okay, so let's see, what else do we have here? Under detail, I could sharpen it a little bit if I wanted to. I tend to turn the radius down. Do that. Don't want to sharpen it too much. There is some noise reduction. I'm not really going to worry about that. I'm happy with how that is. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. So now what I want to do is export it. And up here is the share icon. And I'm going to click export. I want to make sure I've got a JPEG. Largest dimensions, quality 100. I'm going to tap this more options. I want to include the metadata. I want to include the caption. I want to include all that stuff. And then I'm going to add a custom name. And then here is where I'm going to have to make this. If I make this 01, it's not going to be happy because I'll make this 5. Okay, I've selected custom name. I could do this. And then when that comes up, I could use dashes, just as an example. Okay. I want to output for the screen. Standard amount's good. Color space sRGB. Happy with that. I'm going to click this check mark. You can see it exporting. What it's doing now is that it is saving the picture to my device, right? Is exporting it to the device. Then I could go in and export it successfully. Okay, so now if I just say, go to my camera roll here real quick. Here it is today, right? It's right there. And if I click on info, click on details, you can see that it's the one from today, just now. And then, so that's there. And then you can then go to your Canvas app and then turn it in via Canvas. Do that, then you're all set. There's just a couple ways of working with Adobe CC Lightroom on your phone. Thanks.